Yo YouTube everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, as you can see from the bottom of the screen, we are breaking down Optic Shotzzy's gameplay. This is obviously the champs winners, my favorite team, and yeah, we're gonna be going through breaking it down from Shotzzy's POV, showing you guys how he plays and more importantly how he moves across the map and what you guys can learn from his gameplay as well as what I can learn. So let's break it down. In this instance, we're going to go through and I'm actually going to really quickly open TAC maps just to make it a little bit easy for us, just to go through certain situations. I don't think I'll need to, but just in case we need to kind of open up the map, we'll go through that together. So TAC maps is obviously the program that I use. So going to quickly open up on Rio. Perfect. So in case we need to go on the minimap, there we have that. Right. Let's go through and see what we're working with. So off the break here, he's going to go across. Now in this situation, you see his teammates going through middle. So it's all about getting there with timing, right? Something Shotzzy does really well is his movement. So I think what happened in this situation is because he chucked that grenade and the enemy was weak, I don't think he was expecting the enemy to pre-aim in the head glitch or pre-aim in the window. So fair assumption from Shotzzy not to assume that, but good play from Awakening. In hindsight, he didn't kind of get thrown off and he got the kill. So he goes through, let's see what happens. So you can see right now, they are spawning back here. This is very important. Why? Because this is your spawn point 1. So in this situation, this is your spawn point. And this is your spawn point, okay? So in this situation, Optic are spawning here, and the Boston team are spawning here. Well, I think they're Boston. I don't know what they are now, but anyways, yeah. Going through, let's see what happens here. So as they go across, there's one kill. Immediately equipment. Equipment is always crucial. So right now, what's the situation? We have a player on my left, Dashy. Dashy's on the hill. We have another player on the bridge. Now, this is where you can start to use the minimap to paint a picture. Now, we can't hear the comms from the team, but what we can see is the minimap. So we can ourselves paint a picture. If Pred's coming through this side and Dashy's sitting right here, where do we assume the opponents are? If this was me, I would have a really kind of vague guess, but I would think that the opponent is around here, because he's probably tucked away somewhere that we can't see him. So right now you can see Shotzzy use that kind of same assumption and go through. There's a player on his right, and you can see Pred's not quite as close as I thought he was. So that's on me. I thought he was a bit closer. So in this situation, Pred's there. One thing Shotzzy could do is kind of wait for Pred, because Pred's pinching through the bridge, but he can also go himself and be that entry player. So the stun hits, which is really important. So he's going to go across, he's going to jump over, and now he knows one's there. This is where you want to camera your opponents, okay? So cameraing your opponents is the blanket term. How do we camera? You can slide, you can jump. You want to use some sort of movement around the corner to get the first shot, to get the advantage. So he goes through and look, he slides around the corner. Great kill, he gets one. As soon as he gets one, let's look at the minimap together. There's one more player on the right. So he's now going to jump across and he's going to be ready for the gunfight. So he goes through and you're going to see again just how he prepares for it. So he slides across and takes out one, jumps across and gets a second. That's great play. And the third is also there. So this time he goes with his teammates and they go and flood the hill. Perfect. As 3 go down, what's the situation now? Let's pause it for a second, okay? All 4 of Optic are on the hill. So they now know that Boston are spawning at the back. With 4 people down, they're going to try and trap them as far away from P2 as possible. They're going to try and trap them over here. Let's see what happens and how they do it. So they go through, instantly they back away here. You see everyone backs away besides Shotzzy. So Shotzzy's sitting on the hill. He's going to use his equipment, use his nade, use his stun, and simply watch the hill. The player on the left right now is going to rotate. Unfortunately, 2 members do go down for Optic, but you can see they're trying to hold that map control. There's one, a guy comes behind him. Great play from Shotzzy. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get the 3rd or the 4th, but he did a really good job there getting 2. They now know, okay, there are 2 people through middle. So there's 2 people on the red side through middle. So again, this is what they're calling out in game. That right, 2 people through middle, they say their names exactly who they are. Why? Because then they know if anyone's sneaking across. Whoever's left, they say, right, they're spawned up, look out for them. In this scenario, let's just assume it's Cammy and Awakening, right? They will say Cammy and Awakening rotating through the left. It's the reason why they use names is because it makes it a lot more descriptive, and then they know exactly who to look out for. So they're going to go through. Now, what we're going to see now is Shotzzy using a concept that I always mention. It's called cutting the lanes. Very important. So in this situation, if you're Shotzzy and you're sitting back here, what's the problem with this setup? The problem you have is the red team are going to push up, okay? Now, they're going to be sprinting until they reach the corner, and then they're going to be a bit more wary, a bit more cautious. Now, the closer they get to the point, the more chance they have of breaking it. So if you're Shotzzy right now, what you actually want to do is you want to push up as far away as possible without losing map control. So a good spot is in garage, being annoying. Another good spot is up there. You kind of want to be annoying. The reason why is this. Imagine Shotzzy sitting in a corner here, right? Now, 1 person goes through, 2 people go through. As they go through right now, right, let's just assume Kenny spawns up, he goes to the hill. They're going to focus their attention on Kenny. They're going to try and break Kenny. And then out of nowhere, Shotzzy comes through. It's an easy 2-piece. He gets those kills, and guess what? They spawn back here, right? Assuming we're still on P1. Let's say we're on P2 now, they spawn back there. Shotzzy backs away, he now has a different angle. Just being annoying slows the enemy team down. So let's see what he does. He goes through, he goes across, and you're seeing exactly what I'm mentioning, being annoying. He expects one to be here, and look, he's actually pinching them here. Why? Because every kill he gets now is going to spawn them out. So the kill on Purge right now doesn't look like a big deal, but him killing Purge right there, Purge now spawns all the way back there, right? Because they're still on P1. It's all about that push through. It's just about being annoying. He's going to go across. Now, what you want to make sure is you don't overcommit and lose the spawns. Very, very important. At this point in the game, people should understand the spawns, especially the pros, which they do, so they know where to test the limit and they know exactly where to push out. They go through, there's one, and as I say that, it seems like they may have overcommitted. So in this scenario, I don't think there was the best play from Optic there. I feel like they had a good setup, overcommitted, and now they're spawning out. Not ideal, but let's see exactly how they break it. They're going to go through now, once again, using that equipment, going through middle, sees one player, brilliant stun. When he's stunned, he's going to go through. Now, whoever that player was did a great job with a grenade. They slowed Shotzzy down, making it difficult for him to go through, but he ends up winning the kill and getting the he ends up winning the gunfight and getting the kill on Purge. Now, what is Shotzzy doing? Why isn't he going to the hill? Whenever I'm coaching subscribers in this situation, if I was to pause it right now, I would say 9 out of 10 times they go towards the hill. Now, why do we not want to do that? Why is Shotzzy not going to the hill? It's a very logical question, and we're going to go through it. In this situation, we're going to assume Boston Breach are spawning around here. I think that's a fair assumption. Based on what we know about Optic spawning on the left, we can now assume that Boston are spawning on the right, okay? In this situation, 3 members are down. So 1, 2, 3 may spawn here. So we're looking for one more. Now, in this situation as well, if we look at the mini-map, we have all 3 green arrows on Optic on the right side. So we have one around there, one around there, one around there. They broke through the front. So right now we are Shotzzy. Now, what is going on in Shotzy's mind? Why are we rotating here? Because what happens is these 3 are going to spawn out. So we're looking for one player. Now, as we go towards P3, we actually want to spawn. If I ask you right now, where would you want to spawn? This area or this area? I think most people would say this area based on P3 spawns, okay? Because we want to spawn as close as possible to the new hill. So right now, if I'm number 3 with 20 seconds left, I'm actually going to start rotating around. I'm going to start rotating around. Why? Because I want to get the spawns for new. There's no point me breaking the hill by myself because they have 3 members on Optic there. So if Shotzzy was to overcommit, if he was to overcommit and help his teammates, they now have 4 people when realistically maybe 1 or 2 people might go towards the hill, 1 might go through middle, and 1 might go through the right. So you're essentially just not really being very useful. You're actually giving up a lot of map control. So this player here is so crucial. His job is to keep the blue team pinned back. If he can keep the blue team trapped there, it's perfect going into P3. So let's see what he does here. Goes across, instantly goes through the left here. He's going to check that wide angle. Again, they're looking for one. So I'm assuming in the comms, they're saying names. Tammy's dead. Purge is dead, Snoopy's dead, so they're looking for Awakening. Awakening just died. Okay, cool. So now they know they got a fresh 4 down. They're now looking for everyone else again. So it's another wave. They go through, and look what he does. This is the concept I always go through. I always refer to about stretching the map. Shotzzy right now, what is he doing? He's stretching the map. He's sitting in an angle there. He now has total control of the left side. He's sitting in an off angle. They're not going to check it straight away. He now has his whole left side. He can also monitor the cross to middle. If his teammates can now watch middle, they have the whole map. They essentially have a line across the whole map. So this right now is a great setup. So Shotzzy doing a phenomenal job, rotating around. And what is he doing now? What is his main focus? It's to wait for a kill, get 1 or 2 kills, once again, delay and slow down the enemy team. He's going to back away. He doesn't see anyone, go through middle. Let's see what he does. Goes across. It's all about timing. He's trying to find someone. He doesn't quite get any luck here. They all must have rotated through the middle. And just like that, you see they're taking their time. They're going through and they end up pushing through the right. But Shotzzy, once again, has the whole middle. Now, although he's not getting any kills right now, he's got a lot of map control. Him being in this area is very, very impactful. They go through. Just because he's not getting kills, it doesn't mean he's not doing anything. And I think that's another problem I see people have. They feel like if they're not getting kills, they're being quite useless. Sometimes you holding a certain position on the map is more than enough because you're allowing your teammates to excel, okay? The game goes in segments. Sometimes your teammates holding a powerful position, you can do the dirty work. You can hold another angle. They go through, 15 seconds left to see what happens. Great kill on 1. Again, using the movement just to gain that advantage. He's going to go across there and he's simply going to cut the lanes. So what's he doing? He's trying to find the spawners. And if we're kind of confused, right, where does my team spawn? I don't know where they're spawning. Let's look at the minimap together. What do we see right now? We see right now, my teammate, in this case, I don't know who that is. Let's see. I'm not sure who it is. It doesn't show, it's a little bit blurry, but my teammate spawns behind me. So that tells me the enemies are going to come either through this right or through that area there. So let's see exactly what Shotzzy does. He's going to hold it. He's going to hold this area. He's going to go through, and I'm assuming he's going to stand on the forklift and just be annoying. So the first thing he does is create an off angle. Great kill. Although Snoopy gets a trade now, Snoopy's by himself. So this actually works out okay for Shotzzy. Dashy gets a trade, and so far, so good. He's going to watch middle, pick up those angles, pick up the gaps. Right now, just like we kind of mentioned, we know exactly where both teams are spawning. In this scenario, Optic are going to be spawning on the other side, so they're going to be spawning around there, around here, and Boston are spawning around there. So all Shotzzy's doing right now, cutting the lanes, just being so annoying. So someone spawns there, they're going through. Shotzzy's standing on the stairs, he gets a kill. Just being annoying to play against, flanking the team, cutting the lanes, extending the map. All these words are used to describe this type of play style. Now, what you want to do is be careful. But look how he does it. Look at the precision. He gets his kill. Perfect. Before Snoopy must have called this out. But before anyone can react on the hill, they're already distracted. So Awakening right now, he's fighting someone on the left. So Shotzzy goes through, gets a flank, gets a two-piece. He knows the last guy's on the right, chucks a stun, and goes forward, uses his pistol, jumps up top, and now he's just once again being annoying. 30 seconds left. It's an even game now. To be fair to Boston, doing a great job staying in the game, but looking at Shotzzy's POV, you can just see why he's one of the best players in the world. His decision-making, his pacing, everything seems almost flawless right now. He goes through 15 seconds. Let's start rotating. Him and Pred go across there. They're going to work together. And once again, I want you to notice how many people are rotating. With about 20 seconds left, 3 members rotated. They're always going to prioritize a rotation across the map. Great kill. Now he's one off a cruise. Probably could have played his life a little bit better there, but it wasn't the easiest of situations. Great play again. There's one. Trophies go in. At this point, they're just kind of going for trades here. They're just going for trades, and sometimes he's just too fast. Like, it's hard to keep up with him. And even if he dies there, just getting those opening bloods, you're giving your team a chance of getting the trades, and that's what it's about. It's not about individual performance. It's about your team trades. One thing as well, I think, now this is very, very picky, and look, this guy's one of the best players in the world, arguably the best player in the world after champs, but things like this, sometimes it's kind of like being in flow state. Like, as soon as he's one shot here, he jumps across, he's more than likely going to die because somebody from there would be pre-aiming this area. So I think sometimes just being a little bit too fast can cause him a few deaths. Again, it is one of those things where he may get rewarded so much more than he gets punished by it. So he sticks to that extremely fast pacing. It just depends on your play style. But if you can sometimes have that discipline of not overcommitting, it would definitely help you out. But yeah, go forward. Great play. Again, I don't think he played that bad, but just a stun grenade, right? Like right here, you see how he chucks his stun? I would have preferred if I was like in Shotzzy's POV right now, in a perfect world, going up the stairs, then chucking the stun. You see how he chucked it and he was a little bit late? Again, just sometimes his pacing and the decision-making in the heat of the moment just didn't quite work out for those last 2 deaths. But that's me being very, very picky. Most of the time it works out, and yeah, it is what it is. Goes forward, goes through, there's one. Great play. So in that situation, this is something I always refer to. I think he failed to execute. I don't think he played that bad. I think he actually camered Snoop, and he should have won the gunfight. So failing to execute, that's a completely different issue. That just sometimes happens. It's just one of those things. But failing to, like, if you're like actually losing the gunfight, that's completely different. But right there, I think he did a great job. Did a great job. There's another one. There's 2 people down. Goes forward. The trophy's down. Once again, bait and switch, but Purge with a great 2-piece. And Boston really have kept up right now. Boston really have kept up. One thing I've noticed as well, I think that Optic have been quite ahead on the rotations, but there's certain breaks where Boston have, and they're kind of struggling to break it. And so there's certain holds that Boston have, and Optic is really struggling to break it. But as we go forward into P2, it's just a similar thing as the last time. Once again, they don't want to stay reserved. He wants to cut the lanes. I see what he does here. Again, you see he pushing forward. He's pushing forward, but he realizes, okay, there's not as much map control as I'd like. But now he's going to push forward once again. And you can see what I meant, cutting the lanes. He's not sitting back on the hill. He's not sitting on the hill waiting behind cover, because once again, he's trying to get that map control. He's trying to get up on the map here and keep the red team and whatever the team you want to look at as far away as possible. So he's always utilizing that. He's always going for that map control. He goes forward, same situation. Goes through, he's now going to flank them. And now you can see they're coming for the right. He's going to watch middle, and he's probably going to go for the flank here. So again, this type of player, you're always going to go for the flank, and it really just comes down to the timing. Right now, he sneaks across. So if I'm the opponent, I have no idea Shotzzy's here. This is basically my spawn. So he sees one. As I say that, Cammy absolutely fries him. So they actually got fried right there. I'm not going to lie, they get fried. They get 2-piece in the hill, and Cammy fries Shotzzy. So great play from Boston, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think Shotzzy made a really good play on the pinch there, but he didn't execute on the kill. He didn't use the head glitch, he didn't leverage that enough, and he got absolutely fried from Cammy. But going forward, 18 seconds left, you actually want to push through the hill here. I feel that's the best way to break it. Shotzzy, phenomenal 2-piece. So right now, if I'm Shotzzy, I'm pushing through the left here, and I'm just trying to break it through there. I feel like breaking it through middle is a little bit harder. You can kind of break it through the left. So let's see what he does. Again, Awakening gets a kill, and look how far they spawn out now. So you see how important that kill was for Awakening, because Shotzzy was around there. He gets killed and gets spawned all the way around there. So it's just like being so annoying. He spawns all the way there. So you just want to make sure you're utilizing those kills if you're the team on the hard point. Push out the map, be annoying. Now let's see how Optic break it. They're going through the left here. Once again, playing as a team, Dashy goes through with Shotzzy. This is the bait and switch. Now, this is just pure talent. They simply absolutely fry them. Kenny wins one, Pred wins one, Dashy wins one. 3 versus 1 on the hill, they're going to push through. Instantly, they go across, they get the trades. Now, where are Optic spawning? In this situation, Optic should still be spawning at the back, at the old hill. So if I'm Optic right now, I'm assuming that Boston are still spawning here. So once they get that first wave of kills, if you're Optic, you need to have all your attention at the back doors. You need to make sure you have someone ready, because Boston are going to flood in. They're spawning here. They're going to flood in for at least another wave. So let's see exactly how they play this. They're going through. They're watching it. Now, if you guys want another tip, how do we know where they're spawning? Well, we know that there's 2 spawn points here, right? We know that that's one spawn point, and that's another spawn point. Look at the minimap. As soon as your teammate spawns up, he'll either spawn on this side of the map or this side. Whatever side he's on, that's the side your team has right now. So in this situation, we're going to wait. I assume the opponents are coming through there. I assume. But as soon as my teammate spawns there, I'm like, okay, we might have actually flipped the spawns. So after these kills go through, I'm going to assume it's flipped. So big 2-piece, and now I'm going to assume it's flipped. So this guy's one shot goes through, and it did end up flipping that. So again, sometimes you just have to look at the minimap and say, right, where are we spawning? You see right now, Kenny spawned first here, and now the team are spawning here. So Optic spawn here. That tells me that Boston are spawning there. So what does that mean? It means they could be rotating towards P4. So as Shotzzy goes through here, he needs to watch out for the rotation. So again, it's like a game of chess. One move leads to another. So right now, look, as he goes forward, he's expecting the push. He's going through, going for the quick pinch, doesn't see anyone. There's 3 people there now. So he's going to go through, try to kind of get the rest of the time, help his team out a little bit. And then it's all about the rotation. 10 seconds left. You see someone's on the hill. Once again, map control, map control, map control. He's going to push through here. He's going to chuck a grenade. Now, Shotzzy's most likely going to push through. He ends up going through middle. He's going to commit with Pred. That's 3 down. They know the last player's there. Straight away, let's look at the minimap together. Let's look at the minimap. And where does Dashy spawn? I want you to look with me. Dashy spawns right there. As soon as Dashy spawns there, what does that tell us? That tells us one thing. As Optic right now, we now have the spawns over there. Okay? Dashy spawned around here. That means the other team, Boston, are going to spawn around there. So you don't have to be accurate. You don't have to be exact, just be roughly accurate. So right now we know Boston are spawning there. Instantly, if I'm Shotzzy, I'm watching my right. I'm watching my right here. And that's exactly what they do. You see his teammate picks up the right, Shotzzy picks up the boxes. So they're just picking up everything as a team. This is a little bit of an off angle, which I really, really like. I think he's expecting the opponents to push through. The opponents are actually pinching right now. He's holding boxes. He pulls it out. No one's there. And Boston did a good job of pinching, but Dashy held it really, really well. Shotzzy and Dashy there, the OG duo, just taking them out. Great job, 4-piece. And once again, look at the minimap. They know exactly where they are. He's going to come through. They're going to spam their equipment. So in this situation, you want to kind of utilize their off angles. You want to be somewhere where they just don't know where you are and be a little bit annoying. He doesn't quite manage to do that. This guy's one shot, goes for the push. Again, great 2-piece here. Although he doesn't get the third, him getting a 2-piece now, they know where Snoopy is. They go for that last kill. They go for that trade, and they're going to be able to get more time here. So right now, they're going to pinch the hill, go through the top. Again, just trying to break it here. In this situation, you just want to do your best job at keeping the opponents off the hill. Keep the opponents off the hill, win the team battle. And this is literally about a team battle. And sometimes talent just simply wins it. Right now, talent's winning it. You see Dashy gets 2, Shotzzy gets 1, Pred gets 1, and that's 4 down. And they simply just get outplayed. Even like in situations like that, it's not about the setup, it's always about the team trade. So if your team can simply just out talent them and just win your gunfight, you have such an easier job at breaking heals. Dashy again, like this guy had so many clutch 2 pieces and 3 pieces this lobby alone. He's been absolutely insane. So right now, Shotzy's going to go across. I expect him to go through middle. There you go. I expect him to watch the right a little bit quicker there. So I would have expected him to be a little bit quicker there, but he still beats the opponent. There's 1, there's 2. So right now, once again, very, very simple. This is very simple, but just executing it to the highest level, that's the skill gap. So right now, they know the opponents are spawning over there. Okay, this is really important. The opponents are spawning over there. My team, in this case, Shotzzy and Optic, are spawning over there. Okay, so as they get the kills, we're going into P1. So where are they likely to come through? Well, logically, if I'm spawning there, I'm going to go up these stairs. I'm going to go up this stair or this escalator. Okay, so all Shotzy's doing is cutting the lanes. He gets Dashy there, getting a 3-piece. So now he knows they're spawning up. He's simply sitting in an angle, an off angle, sitting right there, waiting for them to overcommit, getting those kills. That's it. That's all he does right now. Look, Dashy gets 3. They get 4 together. So they know Optic are behind. They know that as in they're spawning behind them. So they know Boston are spawning in front. So right now, 4 people down, Boston should be coming through the front or through the left. So all you need to do is play an off angle, be ready for it. And there you go. He's ready for the gunfight. Purge goes through. There's 1. There's another one. He gets a 2-piece. Goes across. There's a 3rd. And just like that, that's 4 down. Now, same thing. They're going to hold the angle. They're going to go through. That's a bit of a weird timing. Awakening kind of sneaks across. Don't know how that happened, but he goes across. And once again, what do we do here? Watch the left. Why? Nobody picks up the left here. In this situation, I want you guys to carefully realize I didn't focus on the left because you'll know if somebody's flanking. If nobody pushes a hill in the first 10 seconds, then you can realize, oh, okay, someone's flanking because they're taking their time. And that's why it's so important to keep track of names. Right now, they can say, wait, we haven't seen Cammy in about 10 seconds. He might be flanking. But they go through, they take out Purge. There's another one. And yeah, with 10 seconds left, they're going to go through. And this should be an easy victory for them. They basically got all the map control. And it's simply about the trades. They don't have enough time to break it. And that's going to be the map right there. YouTube, hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown. And yeah, that was a really good one. I kind of just picked any map that they played. I didn't really know the score. And Shotzzy ends up dropping the most kills in the lobby. So I guess I picked a good one. YouTube, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the in-depth pro breakdown, let me know down in the comments. And I'll catch you guys for another video tomorrow. Peace.